All right, guys, welcome to the show. Super excited here today. We're talking about 4 running back sleepers. Now, these are some names you may have not heard me talk about before, but they are amazing value, okay? These guys could finish top 10. There's a high ceiling, but minimal risk because they're good value, so you don't have to pay too much to get them. Gonna dive into this episode. And listen, if you are new to the channel, follow on Spotify, leave a 5-star rating review, and follow on iTunes, follow on YouTube. Listen, we're talking NFL news. We're having amazing interviews and meetings here. MMA players, MMA fighters are coming on. Guys, this is the place to be. I had Debo Samuel on the show last year. Tons of surprises, tons of perks, tons of amazing benefits, even amazing giveaways here on this channel. So click subscribe, follow, and leave a 5-star rating review. This is not your cookie cutter consensus advice. I'm actually here to help you guys win. So click subscribe and follow. Exciting show today. Now, I do have a couple of small announcements, but everything I announce is a benefit to you guys, okay? Everything that I mention is either something I would use, a product or service I would use, or something that would benefit you guys. It's like giveaways or something cool. So today, guys, March Madness is here. We know it is. And I know you guys, a lot of people watch March Madness, right? So to enhance that game watching experience, to make it more fun for you, head on over to mybookie.ag, use code FFC, get about $1,000 deposit bonus. Use code FFC, mybookie.ag, whether it's just props or game by game, whatever you want to do. March Madness just got a lot more fun at mybookie.ag. Use promo code FFC. Go do that right now. That's the site I use. Just go to mybookie.ag, use code FFC, and I'm telling you guys, this will help you guys have a lot more fun watching the games. Believe me, okay, guys? Secondly, guys, 16-round draft solution. I'm wearing this shirt here, guys. You can get your shirt as well on the site. Pre-order right now. I'm going to help you guys crush your leagues. That link is actually below here, guys, for the 16-round draft solution. Click on the link here below for that and get the 16-round draft solution. First ever and only video training, sleepers, breakouts, everything you need to crush your draft. You'll be light years ahead of the competition. So mybookie.ag, code FFC, and 16-round draft solution. Get it below. All right, 4 sleepers. Let's dive into it. I'm going to dive into the reasons why I absolutely love these running backs. Sit back, relax. Let's dive into it. First person here. Now, there is some question marks about him. Not overly excited based on the history of this guy, but the first guy is Cam Akers. Now, Cam Akers last year in postseason, guys, had 4 games, 172 yards, rushing, 67 attempts, only 2.6 yards per carry. Nothing to get excited about, in the playoffs here for Cam Akers, but this guy's been plagued with injuries. But you are looking at a guy that could get a ton of value and could be the main running back on the Rams, and should be the main running back on the Rams as long as he gets going and he stays healthy. Okay, that's the big thing. He had the torn Achilles last year, screwed up his ear, and then in the playoffs had some issues with his shoulder. Cam Akers is a guy that just can't seem to get it going, and that's going to work out in your benefit. The fact that he hasn't got it going, because he's currently sitting around 39th on the consensus rankings amongst running backs. Literally, like, everybody's sleeping on him. Now, if you look at this guy, he was a second-round pick, 52 overall in 2020 out of Florida State, 5'10", 215 pounds, prototypical running back, had the, played 13 games in the first season, 145 attempts, 4.3 yards per carry, only 2 touchdowns, had the nagging rib injury in the first rookie season, had the Achilles season 2. What goes down must come up. Now, unless this guy's got some sort of string of absolute bad luck, I don't see any reason why he should overcome these injuries and emerge as an RB1 on the Rams, which is a potent offense, a good offense, and a guy that can get it done. Now, if you can get this guy as your RB 3 to 4, I'm okay with that. If you can get him for that value. He's currently sitting 39th. So he's going to fall in drafts. And now maybe in the offseason, you might hear some stuff in training that may inflate his value, but as of right now, I think he's going to be a good value and a sleeper for you guys to consider. All right, so Cam Akers, I'm telling you, and again, when I lay out 16 rounds, I'll tell you where to exactly draft them for the best value, and that comes out the first week of May, a week after the NFL draft. I released the first version of 16 rounds, but you can still pre-order it. All right, second sleeper here. Currently sitting 26 on the consensus rankings is Michael Carter. Now, Michael Carter, here's the deal with him. Again, sitting at 26. This guy's going to be the primary back with the Jets. The big question with the Jets is, what's going on at quarterback? What's going on with the O-line? What is going on? He was the number 1 attempts gentleman there at running back, Michael Carter, 145 attempts, averaging 4.3 yards per carry, 639 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was the lead running back, and I don't see any difference this year. I think he gets settled into that role. Now, he was drafted by the New York Jets in the 4th round, 107 overall out of North Carolina. Again, prototypical running back. Is he going to excel? Is he going to be ultra elite? That is in question. He is on a suspect offense, hence why he is value. If the volume is there, if they make him the lead back, if the quarterback situation is done and corrected, who's the quarterback, if that O-line is improved, if they get wide receivers to distract the defenses, to open things up, less stacked boxes for Michael Carter, he could thrive. But there is a lot of question marks, a lot of like, what ifs, and that's why you're getting him for value. That's why he's going to be a steal. But he can be an RB1. He was an RB1 last year. We're going to have to see after the NFL draft, do they bring in another RB? Do they draft another RB? What happens? If not, he is slated to get a ton of volume and take a step up from last year. 147 attempts. That should easily be over 200 this year. If everything goes well, could be good value. Those 4 touchdowns could definitely go up. Love the upside, love the talent, love the opportunity. But again, the team is a question mark, and that's why he's value. So Michael Carter, another sleeper, could really, really emerge this year, all right? Number 3 here, I'm not a big fan, but the value is really good this year, is Josh Jacobs. I'm not a fan personally because if you guys follow my Instagram, him and I had it out. We were going to have a boxing match. He called me out. Then he chickened out and blocked me. But that's besides the point, guys. If you're not following on Instagram, follow at Fantasy Football Accounts or on IG. I got a lot of drama here with some players, but it is what it is. Josh Jacobs this year, however, is going to be decent value on a high-octane offense, potentially with Devontae Adams there to distract the defenses. Josh Jacobs last year, he had himself a decent campaign. Nothing to get excited about. Under 1,000 yards rushing with 872, 217 attempts with 9 touchdowns. He is a touchdown monster potentially. And again, I'm not looking for Jacobs to be my RB1, but I am looking to him, to be a potential RB3 potentially. I'd be okay with that. Again, there's some question marks. He's in a bit of a committee there. And again, with Josh Jacobs, he hasn't really tore it up. He hasn't had that breakaway speed, that explosiveness that we want to see out of him. He's been safe and steady, just gets it done, again, 4 yards per carry type thing. Value, right? It's all about value. 19th on the consensus right now. And the thing with Josh Jacobs is I'm not expecting him to be an RB1. I want him to be a safe guy that I get RB3. So he finished 16th last year amongst running backs, 172 points in fantasy when you're looking at a standard, right? I know most of you guys play PPR. So he finished with 226 points last year, 12th amongst running backs in PPR. We're looking at 54 receptions, 348 yards, 0 touchdowns receiving. That's Josh Jacobs. So, the receptions are there, 64 targets. The targets are there in receiving. I'd like to see that go up. We need some receiving touchdowns out of Josh Jacobs this year. Okay, only 4 touchdowns as rushing, not good enough. But again, the volume could be there. The value's there, and he finished 12th amongst running backs last year. Maybe he takes a step up this year, but 19th amongst consensus consensus could be value and a sleeper. And the final sleeper here, and I stay away from running backs here from the Patriots, but I'm going to go here and say Damian Harris, currently sitting 21st on the consensus rankings. Damian Harris here. Here's the deal with Damian Harris. This is a guy that's obviously still very young, finished 14th last year amongst running backs. He is in his 4th season, okay? He was a 3rd-round pick out of Alabama. He is sharing the backfield. It's always going to be a committee there. Stevenson's going to be there. They may draft another running back. The Patriots are crazy. But Damian Harris was a safe 4.6 yards per carry, 15 touchdowns, goal line monster, right? 929 yards. So it was more the touchdowns that carried him and helped him finish 14th in PPR amongst running backs. But again, sitting 21st amongst running backs, he is a sleeper that you get for value. And I got to tell you, this year there is a ton of value at running backs. There's a ton of guys that you get as sleepers. Again, subscribe to the channel. We'll dive in a little bit further. And again, I'm not a fan of Patriots running backs, but Damian Harris here finishing 14th, sitting 21st amongst running backs, could be value, touchdown monster, could take a step up this year, as the role gets developed a little bit more. Obviously, he's going to be in a part of a committee there, as we see guys, with the Patriots doing it every single year. But let me just pull it up here in regards to attempts last year. He was the guy with 202 attempts. Stevenson came in. Ramondre Stevenson had 133 attempts, 606 yards. He had 5 touchdowns. Stevenson could be a pest, but I really believe Harris is going to be the guy there, unless Stevenson takes a total step up this year and becomes the guy. But Harris, again, great value, great sleeper for you guys, all right? So just again, quick video here. Cam Akers, Michael Carter, Josh Jacobs, Damian Harris, 4 guys that are and could be easily the RB1 on their team. Could get a ton of value. Goal line value, right? Get those touchdowns. And Cam Akers could take a step up this year. All this, guys, for immense value. I mean, I'm thinking, why not? Why not, guys, consider these guys on your roster for good value? And obviously, I'm going robust RB, so they're not going to be my RB1, RB2. They're going to probably be my RB3, RB4, right? Maybe even RB5. Who knows if these guys fall and slip, right? Down in the draft. So, again, guys, get the 16-round drafts, which you can pre-order now. All the answers are going to be there. I released the first version after the NFL draft. It will help you guys crush your leagues. And again, subscribe to the channel. So there's some 4 sleepers for you guys to think about. Start doing your research. It is off season, but do the work now. All right, guys, subscribe, thumbs up. I'm out.